All right, guys. Hello, hello. Welcome. We're good to get going. Yeah, of the multiple time windows that I wanted to arrive, we are in the last of them. So it's currently 6:30. I would usually start at 5. But it's been a good day for me. And I'm happy to get back here. I don't know whether we'll necessarily go all the way until 8 or whatever. I guess we'll see. Wow, Guild Wars is hiccuping. Let's get over to the other overlay. But we'll see. I was anticipating having to do some Lunar New Year or something while waiting for people to set up, because I couldn't imagine that you guys would sit around for a variable stream start. But here it is. It looks like everyone's here. So, awesome. I mean, we're 9 out of 10, and I'll spend what I can in the meantime. So we'll buy 8 of these, and then 8 more, utilizing our tokens for the 16. But of course, that was contingent on actually playing a little bit of the festival stuff. Open up some Mystic Coins, open these, get the Finding Fortune daily. And yeah, I'll do another Celestial Challenge or race or whatever. We'll sell and get some gold, climbing up to 400 here. We do want the 250 Essence of Luck for this mini before the festival goes away. And I still haven't actually checked, but if I scroll down, maybe we checked like ages ago. It does look like there is no Celestial Rat, doesn't it? So we will probably be alright for the festival, even though I feel like I've hardly touched it. It's weird. I mean, they did add this new activity, but I think the reason I feel like I've not touched it is because I haven't done any Dragon Ball this year. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, as Kato says in chat, Samurog CM, we'll continue with our progression. I did want to have an FB set up, but whatever, we'll run through that in time. Firebrand, just for support, and more Aegis and more stab and another source of stand your ground. If, when this dings, there's still not a 10th player, I will set up a support Firebrand right here in front of you all. I will do it. And it might be able to carry harder than Liss can. So that would be pretty sweet. But it very much depends on everyone else. I remember that Deborah in the Let's Play was doing a heal build, and I'm pretty sure I had her in full Ascended. Kind of didn't want to, and I never really encouraged anyone to look at that fact during the actual playthrough, because we weren't at the point where Ascended had been explained or anything, and I didn't want to like run out in the wrong direction with it. But I think she was, so I do have that on my account. I guess it doesn't matter since we did just get our 10th player, so nice. Hopefully you guys learned a little more from our attempts yesterday. Have added some more sources of pushbacks for the Rig'em phase, maybe. What else are we really struggling with? I think it's just people's positioning and getting used to the flow of the fight. So just another 2 hours under people's belts here will be really nice. Again, I don't know if I'll go the full 2 hours, but that would just be very, very, very useful for people. I'm going to assume that people might want to set their builds up, get food, sort that shit out. So I'm going to finish this before I run on over. Hopefully people don't feel like I'm not disrespecting their time, but I think that should be okay. 5 rounds a day is a long time to commit. Oh, okay, so Quick Meme says, how does someone get it 80 times to get the achievement? And they got a response from Draconic Rose saying, I've been doing it 5 rounds a day. By the end, I'll have the achievement, and it's not too tedious. I think 5 rounds a day isn't that bad. And to be honest, if I knew that, if I'd mathed that out at the very beginning, I honestly probably would have done it. I've been consistent enough at the end of the day sitting down with Guild Wars 2 that it's been working out. Guys, I've got to tell you, all my plans are working this year. It's really good. It's so nice. So I could have totally done it. You know, I'm finding time to do all the stuff I want to do on YouTube. I haven't dropped a single stream. And I'm finding time in the evenings to play other games. Like at the moment, I'm back in Monster Hunter World or Horizon Zero Dawn. And, you know, I even spent a day like today where I'm actually doing something leisurely out in the real world. It's really nice. It's really, really, really cool. So, you know, instead of just all try-harding YouTube all day. It's been a very good year so far. I've been living pretty healthy. It's fun stuff. You're so happy Horizon Zero Dawn's coming to PC? Is it now? Is that just been announced? It's such a great game. I just beat it. I just beat the game. Well, I say just. It was more like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. But I haven't done the expansion. And there were quite a few side quests I didn't do. There's a few trophies left for me to get, so just working on those. It doesn't look like anyone's at point here, so let's mouse over the flags and see if they tell us. They don't. So we'll just go guess at the flags. You hope your car's good? Yeah, me too. I saw that there was a bit of ArenaNet news last night as well. That weird new cosmetics feature. I could possibly squeeze out a Guild Wars 2 video. I might do that tonight. It depends though. I mean, after this stream's done, it's going to be getting a bit late in the day. Leaked more than announced. You're definitely looking forward to it. See, now I was wondering if that was leaked, but I personally I didn't look into it. I just saw the unlisted YouTube video that was linked to me. But someone told me that it was an official post on the website about it. So I figured it wasn't leaked. Because they do quite often do trailers and stuff that are unlisted on YouTube's end, but are specifically shown and public information because they're on the blog post. I assumed it was like that. You did 100% of Zero Dawn during the vacation. 89% of the expansion. You love that game. You know what Guild Wars could learn from Zero Dawn? The way that it does collectibles on the map. ArenaNet, if you're out there, if you're doing a Guild Wars 2 format game, your next game, in terms of like map completion, if there's an equivalent feature to map completion, you need to play Horizon Dawn and look at how they did it. So I got a little anecdote for you guys. I played Guild Wars 2 during the alphas, like before the press betas and stuff. And I played a version of the game before Vistas were in Guild Wars 2. And the earliest implementation of points of interest were really cool. I've actually very rarely been as immersed in Tyria as I was when they first added points of interest. What points of interest do is they came to the game, and when you walked next to them and you went into like that radius, you know, there's some kind of like marker zone. So that there is this POI here, say, right, the busted flagon, and somewhere there is an invisible like perimeter, where if the player crosses it, you know, it's actually it's a cube, isn't it? Obviously, it's a cuboid, and what it does is, that's my terrible attempt to draw it. If you fly into it or whatever, it will ding. So that existed, but you know how when you don't have a POI in this game, it's grayed out? You can still clearly see where it is, but it's grayed out. That never existed when POIs were first added. You could see on the top left that there were 22, 21 to get in Divinity's Reach, but you didn't know where any of them were. And so I was playing the game at a stage where there weren't just video guides and maps and shit everywhere. So it wasn't just a checklist. It wasn't just Zerg around. It wasn't this fucking bullshit content guide nonsense we're at now, where it's all there and it's just obvious. It's, okay, cool. I'm trying to map Queenstayle in particular was the map I was really looking for when this came out. I was like, okay, I want to get them all in Queenstayle. So what might be a point of interest? And you'd think, well, the waterworks might be. So you'd go and it would ding and you'd feel really good. And you'd be like, the Shaymore Fields, you'd have got one. And then you'd be like, okay, I'm missing like 2. I remember this bridge was one that I never managed to find. This bridge was really hard because the hitbox, the collision zone on acquiring this is really tight. You basically have to be on the bridge. And the bridge itself doesn't feel like a point of interest to me, right? The Otterbrook crossing. Like, why is that a POI instead of this or whatever other bridges might be around on the map? Or like this. This is a way cooler bridge, and yet it's not a POI. So anyway, I missed this and then maybe missed one elsewhere. But it was really immersive because you genuinely thought about the environment. You were thinking what might be a point of interest, and therefore then it lines up. And it forced the devs to be a little bit more intelligent about what they thought a POI was. But it was very, 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 very thrilling to get them. But of course, guess what most of the alpha feedback was? It's too hard, I can't find them. So then they just put the grayed out ones and the feature becomes pointless. So, and that's just another little example of how the map completion aspect of the game, like the original implementation of map completion, it was not the be all and end all to map complete. It was a bonus reward for you for the players that really went out of their way to get it. And for doing such a feat, you got an exotic piece of gear, but there was no expectation everyone would do it. But slowly, before the game even came out, it fucking warped into this thing where it's like, oh, the content of the game is map completion. There you go. That is the bread and butter Guild Wars 2 experience now. That's how you're supposed to play. You're supposed to get all of the hearts so that you can get map completion. And then once you've got the map completion, you move on. And all of a sudden, it was just... everything started going wrong at that point. And that's a part of why exotics ended up being so worthless and then led into the whole Ascended debacle and all that shit. So, yeah. Also, by the way, at this time, Vistas weren't in the game. So map completion didn't even include them. But naturally, when they got implemented, they were already instantly marked off with the double triangles. So, there's just 1,000 angles you can look at decisions ArenaNet makes, and it's like some form of the studio, some idea implements something good, and then fucking design by committee compromises it and makes it like an uninteresting, irrelevant, or non-worthwhile feature by the end. And that's the story of so much of Guild Wars. Anyway, to Horizon Zero Dawn, going back to the Radius... Horizon does a very cool compromise between the two approaches, where it will say there is a point of interest that you need to get, and oh, by the way, it's somewhere in this area, but I'm not going to tell you where. So going back to my bridge example, it would be like you get a big territory radius, like this big, and it's saying, okay, WP, somewhere here there's a point of interest. And now I'd walk into this area of the map and I'd say, well, what? It looks like a point of interest. Okay, the bridge. So I still get that idea, but it's not an exercise in frustration and tedium because you get the big radius, you know? And maybe the POI is right here. Maybe it's a sneaky, deceptive radius. Maybe it's all the way over here, right? But it's in this radius, and they're being, you know... That's what Horizon does, and it's a brilliant mix between the two. Or rather, it would be a brilliant mix between the two, except that Horizon also has, like... If you've watched my Tomb Raider videos, you can go into, like, survival instincts, and it just highlights everything that's relevant. Horizon lets you do that as well with, like, a focus mechanic. So, Horizon invalidated too. Like, if you're looking for a special flower, you go into the radius, you click the right analog stick, you have the focus vision up, and then you just mouse around until you see something glow, and you're like, okay, there's the flower done. So, even they have not found a way to truly sort things up. Even they have tampered with their vision in the name of convenience, like all fucking game studios do. But they were better than ArenaNet. And so I would really love ArenaNet to learn the lessons of Horizon. But I'm guessing there's a certain level of we want as much money as possible that will cause whatever ArenaNet's next product to be watered down in some fashion. Look to indies, everybody. Horizon really should have a limiter on how long you can use the focus. Yeah, I mean, basically, Horizon is just a better Tomb Raider, really. Tomb Raider tried RPG stuff. Horizon does the RPG stuff way better. Tomb Raider tried interesting combat. Actually, they're probably about on par with combat, to be honest. Tomb Raider has some good combat. The stealth mechanics in Horizon are better, though. The climbing mechanics in Horizon are better. The open world nature of the game is better in Horizon. It's literally, it's new generation Tomb Raider, but done really, 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 really well. The story is more sophisticated, and it's got a more compelling setting. Neither of the lead characters are that great. Like, neither Aloy nor Lara are actually interesting characters in any way. Even though they've tried to make them a bit more realistic. They're not fun characters. They're not curious characters. They're not admirable characters, really. I mean, oh, look at how much this girl gets beaten up and she just keeps going. Aloy, I guess, is admirable in certain ways. But yeah, they're very, very, very comparable games. And Horizon just does it better. It just does it better. It really does. Especially compared to Shadow. I mean, fuck. Didn't Shadow come out after Horizon? GG on that one, Enix. Because to be honest with you, they should have really looked at their competitor. And they should have said, alright, look, Uncharted broke us last generation. HZD is going to break us this one. I guess the one good thing that they've got going for them is that that was a very scary position. I'm not really back into the groove here. People aren't dying so much, so that's good. The one thing, I'll rebound those two. Dude, he got insta-defeated. Alright, let's just GG, I guess. There's people in the practice. I'm not going to GG. I'll let them have the practice. I feel like they want it, so. I dodged in the wrong direction there, but we managed to get through. Yeah, I mean, Shadow really should have learned more from HZD. Yeah, the one advantage, sorry, is that HZD has not produced a sequel or really tried to franchise themselves off in a big way. They have like a sequel bait moment at the end of the story and one X back, but aside from that, that's all. But yeah, the back to the survival instincts and the focus mechanic, they are equivalent mechanics. They really are. Press button, highlight everything in area. The Horizon one is just slightly smarter. In Tomb Raider, it triggers so fast and doesn't compromise your movement enough that you spend the whole game spamming the button. Q, 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 Q. That's it. That's what the game is. And every time it like monochromes the fucking colors and it desaturates everything. It's just gross, right? And you're just doing it constantly because you're incentivized as a player to do that so that you don't miss all the, you know, pickups and shit. In Horizon, you like slow down and you pull it open and you kind of don't want to do it so much, so it is better implemented. How many hours was Horizon Zero Dawn? I would say I managed to beat it in about 20 tops. And that's not 100%, that's sort of a mix of completionist and non-completionist. Like, they have different kinds of collectibles, and I've got, like, most of them. So I have all of... They've got these things like Vistas. They're called Vantages. And they come with a really beautiful story. I got all of those. I got all the little Banuk figures, which are just, like, little collectibles. I got all of the collectible mugs in the game. The only thing I don't have all of are the... what are they called? Dude. He's gonna die. Why did you leave him to die there? I watched you stand next to him and then just... Nope. The only thing I don't have all of is these things called metal flowers, which I'm still missing like 2 of. Something like that. So, yeah, I mean, overall I did well. They've got corrupted zones. I got all of those. The thing is, all the side quests are really boring in that game. No one's... Is it me? It was me. Sorry. Well, look, I rebounded anyway, so... I was arrogant enough to believe there that when I saw the mechanic wasn't being done, that not only was it not my fault, but I would just save the guy. It's alright, guys. I was just trying to be efficient. So, yeah, the only thing about that game is just side quests aren't that good. The civilizations, the people that you live alongside and stuff, none of them... Fuck. What was I in range of? I feel like I am not in a DPS thing there. But I guess so. Did the guy get up? Search and rescue, maybe? I have to jump here. Yeah, their civilizations and stuff just aren't that interesting. So I don't really like doing a lot of the side quests and stuff. I think it's just... They're very like... They're almost like Elder Scrolls-y, you know? You're in like this really interesting new setting. But without the character customization as deep as Elder Scrolls, something about it feels really hollow. It's one of those fucking games. Like, does anyone make games where you make decisions anymore? Like, with your build? Because all the games now, they're like, no, just get everything, bro. Just level enough, you get everything. The only thing that's exciting is the order you get things in. But when a game's fairly, you know, you can tackle it. Like, that game can be challenging, certainly. It's just, that's not that compelling. Why don't developers understand that? Or why don't I think developers probably do understand that. I think people don't. I think people just want fucking everything. So they just like push for all this annoying bullshit. Give that one Aegis. Okay. We'll watch for a spear. I'm going to get better at this mechanic today, by the way. So, yeah, I mean, without that, it just kind of feels a little bit hollow doing all the side quests. They're honestly pretty boring to me. So I haven't really done those. You'd think, oh, but it's lore and story WP, but, you know, it's just like, hi, I'm generic someone, I've got generic issue, I've got the, you know, I don't know. I think for a really good side quest, it needs to feel connected to the current events of the main story in like a big way. Maybe like it might affect the main story somehow. I'm not sure what the secret source is, really. I hope to over time. For when I ultimately make my perfect game, am I right, guys? You need to play CRPGs, not action games with RPG systems tacked on. I guess you're right. I feel like even a title like Guild Wars, which at least means you don't get all the specializations at once. Even in Guild Wars, they are too, like, scared to have you make real decisions, or were for a long time. Massive props to the current balance team that are putting the trade-offs on the elite specialization. Because to me, that's not just about countering power creep in current PvP metas and shit. That's about, like, an authentic RPG experience. Do you know what I mean? That speaks to more than just the practical change of people's efficacy. Did that proc? It might not have. Probably want to heal him a bit more as well. Doing very slow phases again. 3 dead. Why are the spheres not despawning, by the way? Are we just really shit? Now he's doing it. So, by the way, for the Samrock fight, I was talking to a friend, and he was saying if everyone's positioned well enough, you should never have a spear accidentally land on a guy being eaten. Because the guy who's fixate should be in front of the tank, and everyone else is behind the in front of the boss, while everyone else is behind the boss. So, obviously, therefore, when the spear mechanic comes up, why the fuck would you be standing next to the fixate? He's got a point, but I think we'll just have to work it out slowly over time. When you guys say CRPG, what are you saying the C stands for, by the way? What does the C stand for in CRPG? Devs are people too. Speak of the devil. I remember that Shipwrecks article I had you read a while back. I was playing with EQ on that, and I think I could get something that really sounds good. I could send you a raw recording from your mic. Could you send a raw recording from my mic? I don't have the raw stuff from that anymore. I'm not really looking for advice on it anymore, Doug, to be honest. I feel pretty settled on what it is. Unless, what I want, okay, is I want to do a quick little Guild Wars 2 video with my current EQ and just see the comments. I'm not looking, I don't want to ask people or prompt them to talk about it or anything like that. I just want to see if A, anyone notices a difference at all, and B, if they notice the difference, they feel positive to it or negative to it. If I get a bunch of comments about how it's, like, really shit now, like, to a degree that is beyond just people being old fucks that don't like change, if that happens, then, yeah, I'll be looking for advice again. But for now, I'm pretty accustomed to it. It's a little bit sibilant. I had someone claiming to be an audio engineer in the Wooden Potatoes 2 VOD comments the other day. They were teaching me stuff I already knew, unfortunately. Like, they were saying, this is what a de-esser is. And I was like, yeah, I've got a de-esser in my chain, and I have for years. But, well, not for years, but a long time ago I used one and sort of learned about it, and now I've re-implemented the idea of one. I don't really know how to do... There's like a dynamic band form of EQ or something that can only kick in when certain frequencies hit certain volumes. I haven't really set one of those up. You thought it was co-op? No, I don't think it's co-op. Yeah, I think games like Baldur's Gate, right? I'm familiar with the term. I've just never really known what the C stands for. Why is it C? Because to be honest with you, the way I categorize games like that is I actually think of them as Western RPGs. So look at how like loose this stack is. Remember, after he sideswiped, you can move in straight away. And the guy being hit here probably wants to... that's it, and we just move a little bit. I'll probably pay more attention to the raid a few runs in when people have got used to it again. Okay, he shouldn't be under any threat, so I'll just break the bar. Obviously, I was late with that. I just wanted to see if Nikon would fear getting knocked. I really just want to be Guardian. Alright, we're just going to step back for a second. I'm not in range of that, am I? Well, I am, but the distance of it isn't really going to make any difference. Okay, he sees. Saving me, heal him up. I'll on-swap if I need to, but he's pretty clean. Right, side swipes. Guys are out for him. Fixate swaps, careful. Another shockwave. This one will hurt if you guys don't get it right. Try to get away from me and this guy as well. Okay. Yeah, sorry, did I finish my anecdote? Yeah, I just think of them as Western RPGs. That's what I think of them as opposed to JRPGs, right? Which I broadly think of as Eastern. See, I got Fixate here, but I wasn't Fixate until like a second ago, was I? I can double guys rebound this. He ported out at the spikes. I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, have we not phased yet? Holy fuck. Come on now. Let's go. I might swap to Zealots. Really, I'm not joking. It might stop me being able to tank. Oh, I don't know. It's a silly idea. It's just, I think this CM is going to be one of the only times we seriously. I can't stab them, so I guess we just walk away from it. Quick stun break. Oh, this is better. I like this with the squad markers. Get Riggum back. The mobs. Nice dodge roll there. We really want some more chill on him, really. I'll put the static field there. And I'll actually ice block him as well, I'm not joking. Just because I don't want to move in. And a mob. Now my gust is back. Fuck! Oh no, it landed. I thought that the mini fear or taunt or whatever that was actually cancel cast it. Keep him immobed. Good, he got push. Keep some chill on him. Right, that should be good. Gildem will die now. Riggum can run out. We don't need to keep crowd controlling him. Okay, nice yank. Beautiful. Alright, 7 minutes at phase 2. It's not too terrible. Nice to see everyone jumping there. Double side swipe. No one got hit. Or if they did, it was just stab. Gale Song was good there because I didn't actually have the endurance. And my previous jump was a bit off, so. They kissed. I don't need to rebound that. I can rebound on his eat if needed. I think he'll be fine. Sorry, Icebow. I don't know what I'm doing. Trying to fucking DPS him while he's involved. Top tier plays. Overload water here. These guys are getting a bit hurt. The people by far are getting hit less. T'Challa, the warrior, is a little bit behind, I think, with most people, their current state, but it's not bad. If we get stabbed, it will be very good here. It's alright, just double dodge. Legitimate double dodging. Guild Wars 2 PvE. Kato's nice and healthy. Okay, good. So we have to do one more of those, and then we'll be at the 33% phase. I'm going to rebound that. Probably didn't need to. Probably shouldn't have. Was really scared of that shockwave there as well. Side swipe. Just walk through him. See, he's really struggling. This guy's the only guy that's struggling so far. At this point, I think. Right, so we just jump. CCs real quick. I don't have rebound, so I'm just going to overload water instead of gusting. That's nice. Should be out of range. Water field for them. 2 leap finishes, I just got them. That's pretty good. Jump. The guy healed himself. 3%. This is alright. I think we can brute force this. Where's the guy that's down? That was a bit annoying. He's defeated now. I couldn't see where he went down. 2%, 4 minutes left. This phase has gone pretty slow, I think. This is really scary. I'm going to die if we don't get to dodge or whatever. Oh, it didn't kill me. I feel like that's nothing but fortune. Right, so I'm fixate on Rig'em, so I'm just going to stand here. So that he doesn't go too far. And that fixate will drop soon, but is that damage on me over time in there, or what is that? The wow, Gale Song procced even though I had stab. Let's push him again. Why? Come on. I know you put a temporal curtain down. You really want to use it. I think I'm Gildan fixate now, and Rig'em is on the stack. No, I'm not. Someone else. We're having deaths in the spikes, I think. Got them pulled through. I'm just going to geyser and stay here. Fuck. He got yanked and then yanked right in front of me again. That's alright if I keep him a mob here. Samurog's ate the mob of the thingy. That's going to be too much damage. Put him out. I'll chill him though. And I can push him again just in case. I think we do have the kill here. So they can temporal curtain him back now. He didn't. Would have been really nice if we used that resource there. Oh, mind you, he's fucking sprinting on in. Moves a lot faster when he's not soft seed than I realised. Right. So that's a spear down. Right, so actually it's not bad. 2 minutes 30. He fucking ported right as I geysered the body. I don't think anyone else sees that he's dead. I got him. What? Fucking spears. Didn't vapor there because as you can see that mechanic won't actually hit the down body. Double defeat from that. Pretty unfortunate, but the timing was better, so it's alright. It's GG now. The timing was better. And the phases in particular, the transition phases went better. So I think that was okay. I would advise anyone that gets Rig'em fixate like I did to try and do what I did there. If you were dead and you could watch, then that, you know, hopefully was somewhat useful. Especially at the start of the phase. That's the important bit. If at the start of the phase you do that, then we can get him into position nice and quick. Even if there's a lot of spears around. We just want to get the ball rolling straight away, you know. Yeah, what were you guys saying? The definition of RPG can change. Honestly, most gaming genres have shifted, but the definitions haven't updated. Yeah, I was reading a thread about... Fuck, what series was it? Was it Dragon Age? And some guy was going crazy explaining how Dragon Age wasn't an RPG. Like, the thread was in a weird place where this guy seemed to have boiled down the idea of RPG as being only narrative consequences for your actions. If you don't have narrative consequences for your actions, it's not an RPG. That's basically the argument he was making. And he was fucking fuming. You know how nerds can get on the internet. You're listening to one. And it was just wild for me to just see this guy like write this paragraph, like this rant of like 3 or 4 paragraphs on just like a nonsense idea. Just a nonsense idea because he had this purist idea of what an RPG was, that he was so blind to the idea that anyone else might appreciate the RPG qualities of the combat system or whatever, you know. I mean, I've said it before. I do think the vocabulary of gamers when describing their pastime is wholly inept. I really do. And I think it was probably excusable through the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, maybe. Because it's kind of a new industry, it's a new art form, you know. People were still asking the question, can video games be art? Like, not just fucking because they're morons, but legitimately asking the question because it was an untapped, you know, idea. At those points, right? There was a lot to find out about what this industry was capable of. You had a lot of twats that were just starting to look at it because they saw there was money there, right? That was a good first phase. I think our fastest one yet, so well done to everyone. I didn't have to go air either for that CC. But nowadays, you know, I feel like a lot of it's kind of should be there. And you can't make the excuse that video games are new. Really? No, come on. It's just fucking, I don't know, this anti-intellectual, like, shunt going through the way we consume the media that means that people don't really think about it or categorize it properly. Like, why would that be so? Maybe that's been true for music in the 60s. Maybe that's been true for films. I don't know why I say music in the 60s. It's probably a poor decade to pick. If anything, I want to pick the 60s for film. But you get what I mean, right? I'm just going to keep the guy healed up. Break bar came up before my ice bow. That's good. So just keep clean behind him. So anyway, I don't know. Maybe it's going exactly as fast as it should. Maybe it's going faster than you'd expect because, you know, gamers are super intelligent, right? We're these amazing people. Yeah, there is sarcasm dripping off that one. I'm going to dodge on him because he really wants it. Oh, that would have felt good for him. That would have felt real good. Now I can save this guy. And break this guy's bar. Oh. I got fixate. Okay, I'm going to be getting eaten next. So I'm going to stand in front of him. This is the first time you've seen me tanking him with fixate. You saw me do one attack. But it was there. I held him in the right place. I really want Rig'em again. How would I get him? Standing here? Yeah, I might deliberately be the guy that baits Rig'em. Oh, careful now, everybody. Be nice. Keep the immobilizations. I'll do an earth as well in a minute if I can. I think he's out of range. I don't have the thing. I'll push him though. This is nice. Let me chill this. Come on, push him back in. One of the chronos. Thank you. I'll ice block it now as well. They need heals. I'll give them heals from over here. Him over again. If they come close, they'll get resustain from the overload. I'll probably gust again now. Didn't quite work. Gildum's going to die, though. This is good. Nice temporal curtain. Honestly. Oh, beautiful. That phase was really clean. Well done. Our best. Our best. Very fun. I'm very proud of you all. That was very, very good, guys. Well done. So that's just a side swipe. Just step into him and back. As always, I'm the only one that comes back with any kind of speed about me. Just jump. Oh, my God. Okay, he was fixate. I think he got shockwaved and then eaten while in spikes. It's a bit tricky. We have a new fixate. It's the druids. It's the warriors. To that warrior, I'm not being funny. It's time for you to add more stab. I would put both Dolyak stance and balance stance on your bar. And I would just try to use them and hope that the... Oh, mind you, I didn't want your banners. I don't know. Try to get some more stab, though, somewhere. Run fucking defense for all I care. It's just better to not be 9-man. Oh, we're going to get hit here. Unless people have a lot of vigor. Kind of tricky with the things. They've got Frost Aura. I can get them through. They just don't know that I can get them through, so... We had a defeat there. People get sideswiped. See, the reason that this is a problem here is probably because Kato's tanking position went back through the spears. And now we're like all over the place. I think maybe the kiss mechanic failed. Might have been me. I dodged too early. I'm trying to heal him. And I'll get this guy as well. 3 downs. That'll be enough to res Darg. I'll get these two now. They are bandaging. The people over at the boss right now, not very good. Nice symbol. I mean, what else is he going to do? It's not like he really made a play. It wasn't enough to get Darg up. I guess he got hit again. We had a defeat while I was doing that. Let's GG. Warrior has Dolyak stance. Sorry, did I say stance? I meant Signet. Really? You're going to chew me out sarcastically because I said Signet, not stance. Why is my feeling there that Goldstab is a Ranger player, not a Warrior player? And so he knows that stance is on one. And he doesn't know that the Signet is on the other, so he thinks that it's like a bigger mistake than it is. Yeah, Oompa Loompa here in chat says, can we always move counterclockwise and never backwards? And I do think that it was the moving backwards that was a very real issue there. I think in general you guys are a little bit more scared of the spikes than you should be. The spears are scary when they first land, but in general you can kind of brute force through them, especially if you have a bit of stab. You were like making a light joke, my apologies. I was making a light response, just so that you know. Don't worry. Yeah, I think the last time I ranted about the way we like denote genres was I was talking about MMO. Yeah. Because like what the fuck does MMO mean? Do you know what's really gross though? MMO is like this stupid, nebulous, like non-comment. 2 downs on the first mechanic. Defeat on the first mechanic. MMO is just like this nonsense, and yet everyone has an idea of what it is and will judge, possibly favorably, but usually negatively, a gaming experience just because they hear it. You want to know why no one's making MMOs anymore, so to speak? It's because of that. MMO is broadly defined, but is a genre. I don't agree with that. I really don't agree that massively multiplayer online is a genre anymore. I think it is a genre of the past. I will never take it away from being a genre of the past, okay? So I think you can look at a lot of formats of games over the past 20 years, from the end of MUDs until now, or until maybe 5 years ago, to be honest. And you can say these were MMOs. With the gaming landscape as it was, they fulfilled this function, blah, blah, blah. But a genre now, as in when we're looking at new products, is it a genre? Just save those guys for that geyser. I don't know if you guys saw that was fucking close. Is it a genre now? Is it worth anything now? I would say no, it is not a genre. It is not a meaningful classification. It is a nothing. And I'm not just saying that because of, you know, the, fuck, I don't have the language for this. The structural makeup of each, you know, constituent word in there. I'm not focusing on the semantics or the specific language of it, right? Are you fucking joking? What? Why did the first one miss, but that one hit? Are you serious? Is that a fucking joke? Why is Focus Assist doing shit? Change. I'm going to fuck around in Windows now since I literally don't see how the fuck that worked. It says Focus Assist is off, so why don't you... But it's on during a game. Yeah, nice, Windows. The only time I'd want it off is during a game. You think MMO as a genre would benefit from being called WoW-like or something? That's discrediting MMOs that existed before WoW. Well, I mean, look, language doesn't have to be respectful. Language will be used in the most efficient and direct way it can be by people, you know. So if more people have heard of WoW and not EverQuest, right? As shameful as you may find that to be, there is one of those terms will be more readily available to impart understanding on a partner in a conversation, and is the one that references WoW. So, I mean, I get what you mean. But, yeah, there's something, like, tacky about that, you know. Something that doesn't stick quite right. So, I think, but, yeah, I think that if you think of a game like World of Warcraft, a gear grindy, item acquisition oriented, power creep, open worlds, fetch questy kind of MMO, of which there are hundreds, right? That is definitely a genre. For sure that is a genre. But I don't see why that gets lumped in with other massively multiplayer online experiences that we now have. Like, say New World had never changed its whole PvP philosophy and all that stuff. Why are we starting at the X? I mean, I'll do it. Oh, because he wants first fixate. I understand. Alright, I get the mechanic. Out of range. It's good. I mean, a game like that, Guild Wars 2 shares a similar skin to those games, but not necessarily similar philosophies at all. Guild Wars 1 might have been a little bit cleaner in that it had both a different skin and a different philosophy, right? It had very different ideas about what gear should look like and what the world should look like and all that shit. So here, I'm fixate. I'm really happy to get it as well. I don't know why Kato stood in front. I'll move them away from the thing. Obviously a shockwave here. I'm a good player for fixate, I think. I gotta move them a lot further, honestly. Because they're all trying to move. There's a lot of spears around. Alright, he's pulling them in. I'll hold him here. Oh, that's side swipe. Am I still fixate? I will be until I get eaten in 1%. He'll probably interrupt this if they DPS. Yeah. Good luck. I'm not going to survive. I can already tell. Because the player was standing here, so then I ended up getting hit with a spear. Maybe that's my bad. I'm going to refresh Twitch so that I can actually look at my own like recap moments. I want to know if my dodge to the side was the mistake. I couldn't exactly dodge back. I was against the fucking wall. Or whether it was a player dumping the mechanic next to me that was the mistake. I've never played a turn-based first-person shooter. Have I ever played? The old Might and Magics had some first-person like spell casting, bow shooting, and they could be played turn-based. So kind of, yeah. Like they literally had a mode that you could toggle into where it would just pause everything, nothing would move. And then you would decide what an action is, and you'd do it, and you'd like aim and you'd shoot while they just stand there and stare at you. And then once your whole party has triggered its thing, you do the next one. XCOM isn't first person. What? Really, it should all be just totally broken down. To be honest, if I was taken a little bit more seriously by YouTube in general, well, not YouTube, just if I was like more of a general gaming pundit, a kind of video that I would quite enjoy making is like sitting down and saying, all right, how could we break down genre classifications for gaming of today? And I think what I would do is I would take some defining characteristics from like the World of Warcrafty kind of experience. I'm going to deliberately try and get a fixate by standing back. Seriously. No, actually I'm not, because I think I'll get eaten. They won't be able to heal me enough. They won't have rebound. They won't have the CC without my ice bow and my stuff sometimes. So I'm going to do it this way. I don't mind that spear. Wow. Did you see my evades? These guys are really struggling. The rebound isn't going to help too much. But I do have double geyser. Both up. Oh, he vapored out. I think I'd take defining aspects from WoW, like raiding, right? Like, I think one of the letters in my acronym that would express World of Warcraft would be an R. And it wouldn't be role-playing, or just roll, right? Which is, you know, RP, to be honest, is fucking inefficient, really, language. I'd have R, which would mean raider, right? And that would also apply to Final Fantasy XIV. And that would also apply to some of these console grinder experiences. I might have a G in there, which maybe the word grinder could be a part of it, which would essentially express the idea that it is a game about the acquiring of ever increasingly powerful gear. So I would have like a game like Monster Hunter would be a grinder game. WoW would be a grinder game. Guild Wars 2 would not be a grinder game. There'll be a debate as to whether it's, you know, a raiding game. Obviously. Right, we'll get him healed up. We'll ice bow, and if it looks like disaster's gonna land, I will. I'll clean him up a bit more before the rebound as well. So I don't know. And these things don't have to go hand in hand, and they're not necessarily so like immediately evident to people. But if you think about it, just the idea of an MMORPG is not really immediately evident to outsiders in the first place. You know, it's gonna sound new and overly complicated, but I promise the situation we're already in kind of feels new and overly complicated. Alright, did I get him? I did get him. Okay, I'll raise dog. Holy fuck. Bring Rig'em in. Someone got fucking pushed. Right. Pretty good position. I can heal quite well. This guy over here is a bit low. I'm going to go for it. Gale Song is really premium, I have to say. Really nice. Spears won't hurt us. I'm going to rebound that because that's going to fucking slap everyone. And it did actually help out. Can I gust that before he blows up? I can. Trying to mob him. Let's ice block him. I think I can just throw that shit at Gildem, but let's trigger a bit of stab for ourselves. Alright, I really can't be there now. This is another spear coming down. You guys need to get out of the way. Okay, that player never got out of the way. Who was that? Can't see, he's rezzed already. More chill on him. I'm going for another gust. Got him. Alright, that's going to be enough. We can pull him out now. Let's just get Gildem dead. 7 minutes. We're about 20 seconds slower than we were before. My food is still off, so let's pick this up. What other defining qualities would there be? So we can talk about the idea of a C in terms of cooperative. I mean, the way you'd really break it down, I think, I don't know, MMOs are just really fucking hard to categorize because MMOs are 100 things, you know? Like, saying cooperative, right? Now, do we say that Guild Wars 2 is a cooperative game? Argument 1 is that no, we don't. Because none of the personal story requires you to play cooperatively. None of the contemporary story requires you to play cooperatively. Dude, I had rebound up. Again, though, he got speared by the another player, so that wasn't your fault there because you were missing dodges or whatever, T'Challa. I'm well aware. I'm well aware. So argument 1 is we say no. It's not really a cooperative game. Argument 2 is we say yes. 2 of its defining game types. All right, so Samurog, I can tank him here. I can't do that, though. Are you serious? How the fuck? All right, I got saved there by Sideswipe, so he didn't go out of position. Well, kind of. Right, I'm just going to take him through the regular route here. We'll have him here. They'll go behind that spear. And they've got space. I'm going to res that. And if another spear comes nearby that's a problem, then I will adjust. After this side swipe, I'll probably move. I'm going to move him over here now. Alright, he's trying to eat me. Let's see if they've got what it takes. Why did I get speared here? That wasn't a player, was it? Do you know what? It looks like there's spears that just come around the perimeter and you don't want to be at them. Wait, is that why we have squad markers between them? I think I've just learned that a lot of the spears aren't coming just from the main mechanic, but there's periodic ones. And you want to tank Samurog specifically at the squad markers. Because the squad markers aren't in that pattern. I guess. So if I get fixate again, I will try not to be in that pattern. Because again, no one's there to save me if I'm the one getting eaten. I can see that and help people, but yeah. So I don't know. The argument 2 is no. So yeah, argument 2 is yes. It is a cooperative game because you play PvP cooperatively and you play world versus world cooperatively. And arguments as to whether they ended up worthwhile game types or not, they are in the game and were meant to be pillars of the game. Raiding is cooperative. Fractals are cooperative. Launch dungeons were cooperative. Cooperative can optionally be done. So what do you say the game is? Is it a cooperative game or not? Maybe at that point, where there's no clear answer, it doesn't deserve a part of the genre. But genres aren't meant to be these nice, neat little things that you can pick and choose, I guess. I don't know, the whole acronym-based system, or anagram-based system, I feel like... Anagram? I do think, yeah, acronym. Kind of makes it feel like they should be. Or what we do is we say that, look, Guild Wars 2 is of 2 different genres. It is this, if you're a hardcore player and interested in the late game stuff. If your hours are going to be going over 1,000, this is the genre. If your hours are going to be going less than 1,000, or well, you shouldn't even think of it in terms of aggregate hours. You should think of it in terms of, like, hours per month. If you spend 2 hours a month in Guild Wars, i.e. you log in for personal story, it's not a cooperative game. If you play 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, it probably is a cooperative game, right? Like, its aggregate hours is probably a better way to look at things. Probably. I know I'm eating that spear, but... yeah, like, look at the pattern. Yeah. So it's not always players fucking up. Sometimes the tank can just fuck up if you stand in the wrong place. You don't want to be where one of those rings can be. Once I've got the overload on him, I'll go for the air. I'll rebound first. Actually, I'm so scared that rebound doesn't work now, because it didn't on that guy a minute ago. It felt like waste of an air overload there. What did someone ask? What I thought about the story? Well, there's a lot of sides to it. I thought the characters were largely uninteresting, but Silence was really cool and Erend was really cool. I liked both of them. I liked Olin too, and I liked the fuck, what's his name? Avad, I think it is. Sun King Avad. The new king. Who, like, you're not really too sure about at the start, but actually maybe he's not such a dickhead. I liked that. I thought some of the characters could be quite complex. I also liked, when it came to a lot of the backstory, I thought that fuck, what's her name? Catherine? No, not Catherine. Elizabeth. Sobek, Dr. Sobek. I thought she was a really fun character. Really. And I thought that Tim was amazing as well. Tim Farrow. Wow. What a I mean, to be vaguely spoilery about the game, what a fantastic antagonist, essentially, right? Do I have Rigum? Or do I have Gildum? I can never tell. Yeah, I got Rigum. Need to get the soft CCs on there. Push him in again here. You guys can do what you want with Gildum. I really thought Tim was cool, and there's a lot of unanswered questions. Silence was pretty decent as well. So on the character front, the game's, you know, maybe like a 6 out of 10, maybe. You can get more compelling experiences. The setting was great. The execution of the, like, the premise was really where that game shone. To not spoil for anyone or anything like that, but I don't even have his. Oh, I have Gildum now. I guess this is okay. No, it's definitely not okay. I'll pull Gildum over here. I should have guised that dude. I don't know how Dark got knocked in there. It's okay though. We can get them both. To not be spoilery, the game is about basically if there's a doomsday, right, and you pull all of the one facet of the game is if there was a doomsday and you pulled all of Earth's resources to try and save humanity, what could you do? What kind of experts could you bring in from around the world of the modern day? What kind of facilities could you put them in? How fast could you build the facilities? How fast could they build what they need to do? What kind of software do you need? What kind of like containment do you need? What kind of like housing for these people do you need? What kind of lies do you need to tell? How do you keep those lies? And so on and so on and so on. There's like loads of questions. And you can really tell that the studio thought about this topic. We got to break this like now, otherwise he's dead. That was good. You can really tell they thought about it. It reads very well, very convincing, and it's really exciting. You know, like you'll be in the shower and you'll just like think for way too long about like some creative weird thing like that. It's like that. A great thing I'll compare it to is, you know, the author for the movie, the author for the novel, The Martian, and then later Interstellar, I think did Interstellar as well, right? But the story of The Martian, if you guys don't know, is I think it started as a Reddit post. Didn't it? Wasn't it a Reddit thread? It was like a writing prompts kind of thing. And the guy, I'm going to rebound him. No, he healed. It was back here that was the problem. Basically, he just asked himself a question. What if you got stuck on Mars? Like, how the fuck would you deal with that? Let's really look at the science of it, right? And guess at what we think. We'll write fiction, you know, and it's not actual science, it's fiction. But we'll think about what seems feasible, what seems fun, what seems quirky, and so on and so on and so on, right? And then he ended up getting this cool novel out of it. There was a movie, whatever. Went on to do The Expanse and so on. But Horizon Zero Dawn is a lot like that kind of The Martian kind of feel. It's like, here's a premise. It's it's the specific flavor of Doomsday. How do you fix that? And what do we do? And how do people react? And it's just, it really explores so many different facets and dimensions of like the modern day human experience on Earth, as well as touching on like light sci-fi. It's just really well done. It's a very, very, very good game for the main story. So that shit's good. But again, all the like sort of more traditional, like more primitive, medieval sort of settings and shit like that, I wasn't that compelled by. Like I said, I didn't enjoy the side quests much at all. But it was a nice refined story in a lot of ways as well, you know. The sequel bait is pretty good. It's like a hook. It's a bit of a mystery for the future. There's actually quite a few unanswered questions. The story is actually, one thing I really liked about the story is it's a super sci-fi story, but it doesn't really care that much about space on the surface. But when you really dig into it, it starts talking a lot about space travel and all kinds of like really interesting stuff, like corporations seeking to leave Earth in X, Y, or Z, or what really happened to their ship, and it's interesting. They did well. I mean, it's the start of an IP, so it's very easy to keep it under control there. We'll see how they do later. You guys will distinctly recall that Tomb Raider 2013, which I think is a great comparison. No. We should GG this once we phase it. There's no point going further. We've had too many deaths. We got to figure out our pattern in this phase. We've got to actually go a little bit more the distance, I think. He's not going to save me, so I'll rebound. You'll recall that in Tomb Raider 2013, which was the start of their reboot, their whole thing about Trinity in 2013 was extremely compelling. And I was very excited about. And then Trinity became really quite boring, honestly. And they just never handled it well. So I don't know how HCD will do going forwards. So there you go. That's my thoughts on that game. That's mostly about story and stuff. I think the perks and combat balance and stuff like that were actually really well balanced as well, by the way. Jerry says, does sci-fi have to involve space to be classed as sci-fi? No, not at all. But quite often, if you're dealing with futuristic societies and stuff like that, space travel is of note. Samurog is such a cool-looking creature. Do we know any lore about him and where he is? Does the raid reveal any of that? No. The beauty of Samurog is the mystery of what it is, where it came from. We know it's not just a hallucination or a dream or whatever, or like a demon from another dimension, as the final boss is. So we know this is something tangible of Tyria somewhere. Is it one of many? Why are there many there? Why don't we see any of them anymore? Is it like the Giganticus lupicus? Is it from a previous cycle? What's the story? Like, it's kind of, because it's quite really seriously rooted in Tyria, it's quite a compelling character, really, I think. But that is what is compelling about it. That it is this thing that we just don't know anything. See, if you weren't getting fucking hit by all the shockwaves, you would be DPSing all here. Oh, we gotta get that. That ice block was so close. I actually got chunked. I'm gonna go to Kato during the side swipe. We get the feedback. Okay. No. We have a death. This is obviously not gonna be a kill. But maybe we just want people to practice it a little bit. I really want to set up my Guardian. You would love to know more about him. Yeah, I think I used to be like you, where, like I say, RGG. I used to be very much like you, where if there was a little thing in Tyria that just wasn't quite explained, I got really giddy about it. These days, I think I'm a bit more jaded about it, a bit more fatigued by it, I guess. And I just kind of think, like, to me, I'm not actually that filled with wonder when I look at Samurog, because I kind of get a sense of how this raid wing was made, and that there's probably not a greater story. Like, I have zero confidence that there is a greater story already there, right? And since ArenaNet has lost my confidence on that very fundamental thing, I really don't... I feel like what they release has a very fast turnaround and really doesn't get much, like, back work done for it, and they don't adhere to it. I feel like whatever they create... Like, if they have some supplementary lore that they thought of for Samurog at its inception, it would have been very rudimentary, and they'll easily toss it out if it conflicts with some creative spur of the future. So, because the development is so, like, malleable, I don't really get excited about this stuff anymore. Here's the truth about Samurog. They wanted a big, badass, cool-looking beast, and someone made some sweet concept art, so they fucking animated it. And they modeled it and whatnot, and here it is. And this is Samurog now. And then they had to ask, why is this in here? And they thought, let's just leave it as a mystery. That's easier for us to do than to really do a thing. It's not that this is hinting at something way down the line. And, you know, and that's the thing. Like, is there a trajectory to what they're doing, right? If I get no sense that there's a trajectory to what they're doing, I'm not excited. So, like, a lot of the speculation about Icebrood Saga, I do get excited because obviously these are things that are building. And there's something further going on. But stuff like Samurog, not so much. And, you know, I've been betrayed. That's a bit of a heavy word. Even by this wing. A lot of the time, the devs really give you the sense there is a trajectory, and then there's just not. Or if there was, it's abandoned. Like the Jotun political prisoner in this wing. It's a fantastic idea for a character to put in there. It's a really good bit of setting, a piece of the setting. Compelling, hits all the right notes, and they suggested it had a trajectory, that maybe something more would be going on with it. But obviously, nothing came of it. Maybe at some point this season we'll learn a bit more about the Jotun, just because of mountains. But as much as you might think, Jotun connection with... I'll actually hold on to this, you know. Oh, that's close. Come on. Rebound plus Gale Song. I should drop. Fuck, I went down. I should have dropped it and geysered. That was the play the whole time. Just GG. This is rubbish. Unless they pluck me. No, this is one of the most embarrassing runs. Just really fucking dumb. You can cause such a problem for the group if you miss those CCs, if you miss those dodges or whatever. I forgot what I was in the middle of saying. He's just a dragon without wings. Speaking of dragons, like Rot Scale, right? You know, the thing is, a lot of those Guild Wars 1-y things, just that Everything felt like it was on the path to something. Big or small, something. And now even big things feel like they're on the path to nothing, like the Wizard's Tower, you know. Let alone the Scepter of Ore, or Rot Scale, or any number of Guild Wars 1 type things, you know. You'll probably just get a little bit of a nod to them, maybe, every now and then. Yeah, so you just kind of have to... I feel somewhat similar to Gold Stab. You just kind of have to refine what you're being enthusiastic about. Or at least the years have done that to me. I read that, but not the other things. Well, I can't really read chat much while I'm reading. You gonna get knocked? No, thanks for the stab. DCS still have 4 stacks. Oh yeah, I was talking about the Jotun. Yeah, I think it might be obvious to just think Jotun equals Jormag or some shit. But not necessarily, really. I mean, they were just... The Jotun of the previous cycle, the Jotun before the fall, are really not what you're thinking Jotun now. They were closer to... Here's what you should compare the Jotun before the fall to. That guy's not going to do the mechanic. Okay, he did. He just took ages, so I wasted rebounds. So let's hope that this doesn't go badly. I don't have much CC. I don't want to leave water either. You can Kato up. Alright, he's nice and healthy. You should compare the Jotun of old to humans more than anything else, right? Or actually fucking Asura. But I was thinking more Orient humans. What? I'm mid-fucking evade, you dick. How did I die? I was so mid-evade on that. Anyway, yeah, so... I would actually be a little bit disappointed in ArenaNet to just throw Jotun stuff. I like that there's a lot of Norn stuff, because the Norn have this intimate history with Jormag. And I like that the Coden have a lot, because we learn about Spirits of the Wild and the Coden connection to the Norn, all that kind of stuff. It all makes sense. Oh, I thought we phased, and an 8-minute 35 phase is okay. I don't know if I can get Rig and fixate this time. So neither of us got knocked there with the stab. Nice. Let me come over here, I guess. See if I can get it. I got it. I really would rather blink because, you know, I am pulling him out a bit. Chill and a big chill field and heals and rebound and mini geyser and self heal and stand out at the thing now. Alright, and I will do another remove in a second. Interrupted aftershock. I've got Gildem now, so I probably want to move. Good push right there, well done. Careful, some of you guys just don't do anything when you're in the fucking fields. You do want to watch that. I'll tell you that much. Keep him chilled. Come on, guys. Keep this fucker back. I don't have Gust. Thank you. I'm going to thingy him. Shotgun him with that and that. Push him back. Oh, they're not doing anything to help him. Why are there spears all over here? Because they've got no freedom. I can do things just... Thought I could. You should chance that when it's like a triple spear spot. Alright, well, we got Gildem kill real quick. That felt good. The timer, in truth, it's slow. But I'm surprised we got that. I honestly thought Gildem would be really healthy. But you guys obviously got a great burn on him. All right, so let's just see what we can get on this phase. This is side swipes. This would be where you really want to... The one tick between the two dodge rolls, I went into him right as he was putting the spears. Why I did all that. Rebound that guy. I'm too late. Out of endurance for that. Should have jumped probably. Proc. He's going to get chunked here, so I'm healing. Alright. Come on. Break it. Break it. Fucking hell. He was on 1% for how long? Kato was in that, by the way. This is a real problem. We want to be moving away, and then I look back and there's people on 0 health, like fucking dead, way out in the CCs back there. Okay, come on, this is easy. It's just shockwaves. I didn't know whether some of the Ahini's heals inside swipe. I'll give it. Hell. Dude, why did he only do like a 90-degree side swipe? Was it because the tank moved? Like that proper fucked me up. Okay, they broke it without me. Well done. Jump. That's not even a side swipe. Who's fixate? Now there's a side swipe. I've got a good geyser there, that's alright. I will move over with them in a second. Double dodge through. We lost the warrior. I should have rebounded. I knew they'd struggle there. I was worried they would struggle. Not. I didn't know. I was worried though. Fuck that taunt. Good. Another 2 reses. I'm gonna beat my Desmina reses on this, I think. Rebound, just because I hadn't taken stock and I didn't want to throw any punches. This is also the last one anyway before the next phase. Let's see how cleanly we can do the next Rig'em Gildem. We only have 1 dead, so you never know. We might get him to a good health threshold here. Got the back edge of that geyser on the tank. That's pretty nice. Right, just 2%. Right, and we out. I'm going to try and stand as far back over here because I really want Rig'em. And they're not moving yet. Like, look at this player. Go in, go in. Alright, I got Rig'em. Always miss the 5. Pretty clean so far. Healing rain for everyone. I'll ice block him next to the guy just so he doesn't move. I got the stun, which is great. I swapped with Gildem, which is kind of annoying. I'll pull him out of the spears. Someone else has to get Rig'em in though. Alright, here's Gildem on me now. Rebound there. I don't know why I was holding the bow still. Pushing Rig'em in again. Someone else can go a bit further with that, would be really good. No, they didn't. Frozen ground there. Is that in range? We are still DPSing Gildem. I think that's it. I think we just did it again. I think that's the mechanic. Don't get hit by this, obviously. Perfect. Really, really good. And then we just finish this guy off. So we got 2 minutes 15 as opposed to 2 minutes 30. So a 15-second time difference. I'm pretty sure we would be in Enrage. Obviously, we're 9-manning the last phase. This player is not looking at anything. And we're not even fighting yet. What the fuck, everyone? Alright. So the slam, I swear, makes the fight easier. Dog's down. He's vaporing. Pull back away from that. Okay, I really need to break this. don't want to blow my heal skill too quick. He's going to die. Rebound, that's all I got for him now. That's it. He needs it. Nope. I gave him... I guess he didn't get Geyser and he didn't get Water Dodge. This guy's dead. Wow, everyone fucking... What the fuck? That last phase... Am I insane? That last phase doesn't... Nothing changes. All that happens is that he does front slam. How was that so dismal? At least not until WP or a mod in position to move it. What's this? Administration? Oh, you're talking about a guy in chat, are you? I was scrolling up really confused as to what was going on. Not reading everything in chat is like me not reading all emails at work. You definitely forgive me. Yeah, let me scroll up. Who was it I missed? Was it Gran or was it Hamato? I thought it was Hamato. It's the exact opposite of other streamers. Usually they play the boring MMO completionist content with their friends off stream and stream the top tier new games and have exciting discussions with chat. Sorry, you criticizing my decision here. The idea is you should get that in videos. Fingers crossed. Any game that can be played co-op is co-op, IMO. Oh, Sam, I didn't see. It's good to see you, man. How's your raiding going? Are you still in PvP? He's probably gone at this point, isn't he? Borderlands can be played solo, but it's considered co-op. Yeah, I guess it just puts it into another, like, possible category. But, yeah, I wouldn't know for sure. Alright. So anyway, I'm ready. Oh, no, I'm not ready. I'm in the wrong place. Changing the subgroups a little bit. Last run, I do believe, was an improvement until the utter collapse in the last phase. I guess my food dropped. I'm not to blame myself. People opened this one a little bit better as well. A little bit of a quicker phase there. So look, swipe, swipe, walk back. Who's with me? None of you. Oh, I'm fixate. I guess... Yeah, I need to move this way then. I'm fixate. What the fuck? I'm going to move... Oh, did fixate swap because I went down? I don't understand what hit me on that one. Feels weird to be on the floor. Look, Dark... It's Dark rezzing me this time. Alright, we're up. Thank you. He's fixate. He's also squishy, so I need to keep him healed for the first two hits. This is hit thingy. We got a defeat. Is it where I'm gonna GG? It was slow, inefficient, and we had a death like straight away. So no, what's the point? They're saying in chat that someone carried yesterday and was saying to only run one tank. Who was the guy that carried? I don't know. How the turntables, yeah. Are both Chronos comfortable with that? Yeah, it should just be 2 people swap and fixate the whole time. Rebound that. Come on, guys. Come on. He gets rebound and the overload, and then I was going to be out. We have a death again. Why are these deaths happening all the way over here when I'm not looking? Took a second to glance at chat there. Welcome to the stream, Pollution 15. Another death. Another death. It's Cato. I'm gonna GG. What is? How comes people are dying inside the bubble a lot of the time? I guess actually they're not in it. They were outside it. All right. Okay. So the time it's 8 o'clock now. This is gonna be my last run. Also, I just got a notification that Guild Wars is about to go live and show off like a preview of the next episode. So it could be pretty good for us to go and watch. So this will be my last run for today. And then we'll just be back normal time tomorrow. So we'll see how we're going with that one. So yeah, it should be fine. Good luck to everyone. I thought you meant Guild Wars 2? Yeah, Guild Wars 2 did just go live, didn't it? I just got a notification. Guild Wars 2 just went live. Alright, let's go. Good luck. I think people really need to... I don't know whether people are just tired and aren't really thinking today, but I think this is the first day that we've been doing this where there's legitimately, like, no actual progress. I think people need to think more carefully about what Samron's doing. and follow a clearer tanking pattern or whatever. Be more aware of the fixate. I wonder if me playing this build is kind of bad because it's so often just rezzing people who are dead. Listen, if you died, you fucked up, alright? It's not... Even though you're going to get res, because we've got this build, it's not good. Right, I'll say it about myself as well, but I mean, if we play this right, you really won't be going down, even with, like, no armor. Well, okay, if you go down because you get eaten, you didn't fuck up. I'll give you that. Let's see. We should be able to get a really nice 10% here. Nope, getting slapped all over the place. He's AFK. He's not even playing. He's not even playing the fucking game. I don't have too much. I got a dodge. I got a water aura for him. Alright, that's enough. Go on, save him! What are you doing just standing there? I guess if a guy doesn't come to kiss you, why? Oh, okay, you're fixated. Alright, phase at 8 minutes 14. It's a perfectly reasonable phase. Everyone's alive. Let me try and get Rigum. Chrysanta's AFK again. I don't have fixate. Those two do. Can't really do just much just yet. Everyone started crippling and chilling and shit, so Rigum's going to take a million years to get in. So, good shit. Come on, push it, someone. Should have been ready with the ice spell on that, to be honest. Oh, that's it. Keep gilding with everyone. I'll move him here. Okay, good. That's very good. Right, I think that should be okay now. Fixate swap to Kato now. They should both die together. Yeah, careful knockback. Obviously a big fucking spear's coming down. I'm going to rebound because I'm not confident. Alright, so phase at 640. It's alright. So let's see what we got. Nice and clean. It's the same thing again. There's side swipes. Again, this is the last run, guys, so keep paying attention. You've held it on so far. Can you not fuck up the mechanic while we're in the middle of another one? We've got a dodge on him. Right, if they don't get it, he's fucked. Oh my god, that was really close. Gotta heal the tank a bit. That's a really good Kiss Mechanics position. Okay, they're down, but it's not a big deal. The reason you guys went down is you stayed for too long. After you kissed, you do need to leave. That spear hurts. So you do need to leave. Okay, good. I wasted my dodge. I can't be there for him, so... This is the exact mistake I made last time, actually. Prioritizing one instead of the other. They got the break bar. Well done. Okay. We only have one more of those to do. Side swipes. Just walk through. 1, 2. And back. Okay, the spear's there, actually. So I'm going to go through nice and early here. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Come on. And then I go down trying to get them all up. Without a war banner, I think that's it. I think that's GG. If they get me up, I can res the others. Oh, it might not be it. Do they get me? I got interrupted. Side swipes could be lethal. Dude, come on. The fucking timing was such bullshit there. Dodge roll, first swipe hits me. Dodge roll, second swipe hits me. In like the last frame. I am dodging, but I dodged too early, so... Twice. Alright, I can keep him going on this. Dark is the only dead one. I don't know why or where he is. I'm not going to get distracted with that res just yet. Alright, a bit slow. If we do the Rig'em Guild'em phase, we're still... I think we will hit Enrage for sure, but we might be able to just grind through it for a few %. Right. I didn't get Rig'em. One of these players probably will. Because he's a mile away. It's a good fort. Spear's a good choice. So you want to just dodge out straight away, really. I don't have Guild at mine. Alright. Let me push this fucker in. I have Guild'em now. I'm pulling him back. Sorry. Well, not really sorry. I don't think I have anything to be sorry for. That stun right into the thing. Brutal. They're dying over there. If I don't do this, then they're going to stay dead. I got a... Oh no, now I have the kiss. Is the legend going to get me? Nope. Yeah, we fucked this phase up. 2 defeats. Yeah. We probably want to like actually assign one of these players to get like this guy here doesn't even know that he's got Rig'em, I don't think. He's just kind of running around. Look at him. And that guy didn't kiss. Oh, we got it close enough now. Kato's in the bubble. I don't understand. What's the launch that's putting people into the bubble? Oh, he's just dodging into it. That's what he just said. The only reason I'm grinding this down is because, you know, it's the last run, so I'll let people have their fun. What happens if you hit Enrage in this phase? Look, there's no point. They can't even get it. Yeah, and someone says they're dipping anyway, so yeah. Did I see a 3-minute speed run of Samurott? No, that's kind of cool. It was on Reddit a few days ago. Nice. I haven't really been on it. In fact, I've not even been around today. But that's it, guys. So thanks very much for coming. It's been fun. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll try to fix my build. I would really hope that other people keep looking at theirs, because seriously. But yeah, catch you next time, guys. Ta-ta. Bye.